Like, do you have like, I asked this to Greg on our podcast. I was really interested to hear what his reply was. I'm kind of interested to hear yours.
I absolutely despise this question.
Circling back to the burnout conversation. So I'm interested, like, for you, you've mentioned you've experienced it already before. You've kind of like, you've been around longer than I have.
Kids and stuff, so it's different for me. But yeah.
Yeah. But you sort of have like a more realistic grasp on probably what is sustainable for you and like where you're at with things. Where do you see yourself in 5 years? Like, do you have like, I asked this to Greg on our podcast. I was really interested to hear what his reply was. I'm kind of interested to hear yours. Like, what are your long-term, like, your goals for your platform? And like, what are you trying to do above and beyond? Or is it just you're happy with what you're doing? You want to continue doing that? Or where do you see yourself?
I absolutely despise this question.
Really?
Thanks, Derek.
I don't know.
I hate this question.
Why?
I don't necessarily have an answer.
Well, that's fine though.
Like, I got to like really like think on it.
Okay, what are your goals for your platform? Or like, do you have any goal, or are you just like trying to figure it out still? Like, obviously it's fine
I'm
to
still
not.
trying to figure it out, man.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's cool.
I feel like I should have
Like,
an
obviously what
answer.
you're doing is working, so it's not like it's bad. I feel like maybe you're putting on a pedestal like what your answer needs to be, rather than like it could be exactly.
No, I really don't know.
Okay.
Like no bullshit, I don't know.
Okay. Didn't know you hated that question so much.
No, it's okay. I'm not mad that you asked it. I don't know how to answer it.
Okay.
Because like I think in my head, first my thoughts go to, am I enjoying what I'm doing now? And I would say yes, to an extent. Is there a lot that I want to change from what I'm doing now? Yes, definitely.
Like what?
Just the stupid editor thing. I'm a broken record, and I haven't just like.
Can you believe
pulled the
Adam has
trigger.
not got an editor this whole time? Like, the guy is like the most massive drug-related content channel on the internet, and he's been doing it himself for years. I was like fucking baffled. Like, I have 3 editors, and he's been doing it all himself. Just absolutely crazy. So
Yeah.
like, I can just imagine like untapped potential, obviously, first of all, which again, like, I guess from an optimistic aspect shows like how much more you can do, and then like from there.
But what is more? This is the problem with tripping and shit. Because like, what does more equate to? What do I get more of? I get more money.
More education in mass, which
That's
is
attractive.
yeah, because at the end of the day, you also think quite often, I feel like, that when you repeat a topic that everyone has seen it, when you have a lot of new people to your channel who have never seen some of your introductory stuff.
I believe you that you can repeat yourself and you can say the same thing, even in a different like format. Like same
Yeah.
thing. It's not like I'm saying the exact same word for word thing, maybe in a slightly different context, and it can be beneficial.
Yeah.
I believe you. I just haven't implemented it yet. Just like the editor thing. I'm very stubborn.
Yeah, I definitely, I think I'm definitely helping you try to wrap your head around the idea of not having your hands on everything specifically, like in regards to the editing and the production quality and all that kind of
The
stuff.
weird thing is, you would think that I don't want. I actually don't like. I had a bunch of people apply to be an editor, and I sent them all footage to try editing, and like I've had people like randomly edit things before, not like a full-time editor,
Yeah.
but I have, and it doesn't, unless it's like something private. Obviously, some of the videos I do, like I might be naked in a scene, and it's like I don't want people. That's just too
Right.
private.
Right.
So unless it's something private like that, I don't really have a problem with people editing the videos. It just comes down to like I put too much pressure on myself to find the right person, and like I look at the time investment of doing all of that, and it gets overwhelming. I think it's because of having so much going on with family and everything. I just I get overwhelmed too easily.
And I guess your goals obviously are not all going to be like business oriented too. Like, you have a family, so obviously it's stuff with that, just like raising your kids well.
You don't like, people don't understand sometimes how
Yeah, like my
much
brain is
takes.
not even like from the same context of that question. Like at first, all I'm thinking of is like, where do you see your business? Not like what's your family life look like at the same time? Like, what are you trying to, you know what I mean?
Dude, here's the problem with my life too. Not to get too personal, but as soon as I start putting, like, I showed you that I was, the past 2 months, I did like 5 videos a month.
Yeah.
Which for me, come on, from 2 videos a month to 5.
No,
that's
over doubled.
Double. Yeah,
Yeah.
for me, that's huge.
Yeah.
And this month I put out 1 and it was a shitty one. And because, I moved and all kinds of stuff, there's legitimate reasons why.
You put out 2 in the past this month.
Did I put out 2?
Reacting to the famous acid simulation.
That was this
movie?
month? That was last month. I'm positive.
Oh, June 30th.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, see, this month I think there's been 1. I was going somewhere with that and I forgot. Oh, not to get too personal. Right. So on that same thing, it's like I'm very proud of myself and I really enjoyed putting out those 5. And I can see how having an editor could make it so I could put out like 10. But as soon as I put all that focus on working to do that 5, a bunch of stuff in my family started to deteriorate. So it's like the balancing act.
You don't think that the editing would equate to the exact amount of time it takes to film, though?
You know what?
Like, I don't know how long editing takes because I don't do it.
Editing takes too long.
So yeah, wouldn't it be faster to film twice
And
as
then
much
my
and
family
not edit?
wouldn't deteriorate as a result. Like yeah, that is really the answer.
And like hypothetically, you could do like 7 videos.
So you have the issue with the sleep,
yeah,
where like that you would be happier ultimately and healthier feeling and less mad at yourself. For me, it's like I've got the sticking point of just like pulling the trigger and hiring somebody, and it's not to do with the money of paying them. See, for you, I don't actually really know why I haven't just hired somebody. I know that I don't want to sit down and deal with like the
you
process.
worrying about disappointing the editor was like wild to me to hear.
Yeah, I don't want to.
Like you're paying them regardless if they're working or not.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's stupid.
Like after we get off this, I can literally help you pick if you want.
Help me pick what?
I don't know, your editor, and see what kind of like applicants you have and like help you,
You
just
mean
like
from the ones I sent the test footage to?
I don't know, just like see what's going on. Like
Another huge thing is like I can't pay them like top dollar.
you probably can, and you think you can't.
Really?
I think you could.
Okay.
Yeah, like I kind of get a gauge of like where you're at with things, and I'm pretty sure. I don't know. I feel like you're overestimating like the cost of a guy who's editing 5 videos or 10 videos. That might not even be 40 hours a week. You're
right.
You're not doing. One of my editors could probably handle 1 video a day for me, and that's 30 a month. Yeah, the fact that I have 3 is because we post on every platform, so they have to repurpose it for Instagram, for TikTok. That's rendering a new video with a new format, with a new dimensions, a different thumbnail for each one, all that kind of shit. And I have 3 guys who do 60 a month. So if you were just doing 10, that's like 1/6 of that. You could easily get that done with 1 guy who's not working like that hard.
Okay. So would I even need a full-time dude? Here's my question. Could I start someone off at 3 days a week to see if I like how they're going? Or would it be more advantageous just to do full-time from the get-go?
I would just say like this is what you need to get done by this time, and like whatever hours they need to work to do it, as long as it gets done by the deadline, you just have like an allocated, salary for that week. And like however fast or slow they work, I think you can kind of get a gauge for like how much more workload they can handle.
So would I pay them? I was thinking of paying on like as I don't know if you just said that, a salary basis, like so they get the same regardless.
Yeah, like
or is that wrong?
I like salary because it not only is a fixed amount that's not contingent upon like the guy worrying if he's going to have work or not.
Yeah.
Because you could just fall off at any point, but it also motivates you to work because you're paying somebody.
Right.
So one of the things where I have like impending deadlines that motivate somebody to do something, if you're literally paying for something, you're more likely to follow through with it.
Right.
So if you know you're paying like hard-earned money to somebody to edit and you have no content to give them, you're like, wow, this guy's just like sitting there and he has a salary being paid and he doesn't have anything to do. And it makes you feel more compelled to film, I feel like.
You're right. But then my fear kicks in and I go like, but what if I feel more overwhelmed?
I guess it depends on like how like even if you could literally just do your 5 videos with the editor and then see how under or overwhelmed you feel.
Yeah, those 5 are pretty. That wasn't hard at all.
So I would imagine, if anything, you would be like, wow, I have more free time.
Like the actual filming of them was so easy. It was the editing of them that took so long.
Yeah. And I think if you had a guy who just like went through like the special effects and like the pop zooms and the transitions and stuff,
easy to do, man.
That kind of stuff. The only reason we've already talked about this, is my volume. It's not as important to me to prioritize that and like tell my editors like you should like make sure you do more of this or make sure you do more of that. But like, if that stuff's even important to you,
It depends on the video.
there's tons of very capable guys who will do that.
Would you want to do more production value stuff? Like, do you see any like enjoyment in that?
Sometimes, like for example, like the thing I had in mind for the 1 million sub video that I mentioned in your kitchen, I would maybe want to do